All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back for another video all about OCD and mindfulness. My name is Brian, and check out this guy. Come here. Oh, look at this guy. I'm fostering this little man. That's Grayson. He had to get his tail removed. He's not doing so good, but he's happy. He was probably hit by a car. Leg was shattered. And no, I did not name him Grayson after my therapist, John Grayson. That would be pretty insane. It was a coincidence, I guess. We got him from the shelter after he was injured, and his name was already Grayson. And it's just kind of sticking. And now I do kind of like it. Anyway, today's topic, all or nothing, black and white, dichotomous, polarized thinking. Those all mean the same thing. It's this thing that so many OCD sufferers deal with. And really, for a lot of people, it is sort of the driving force behind an intolerance of uncertainty that keeps their OCD alive. I mean, just think for a second, if you have an intolerance for uncertainty and you engage in all or nothing thinking, where there's no area of uncertainty, where you need to either be one or the other, just imagine how much that will fuel your OCD. And so, we all know kind of classic examples of black and white thinking. People either think they're the greatest in the world or they're complete failures. They either stick to their diet 100% or, they consider themselves a fat ass and they quit. But I want to talk about it more specifically in sort of the reality of how most of the subsets of OCD work in the world, and the reality that there are areas of gray, and that when we can sort of become mindful of us engaging in black and white thinking, then we have a new trick that we can employ up our sleeve, which is really just to become aware that you're engaging in this cognitive distortion where you are demanding that you have to be 100% one way, and if there's any doubt to that must mean you're 100% the other way. So, we can look at, literally any subset. If I pick harm OCD and people have a fear that they're going to hurt people, and the feeling that they get from that is that they're evil, immoral monsters. What they're trying to do with their OCD is get a 100% certainty that they're good, that they will never do that thing. And even if there's any doubt at all, even if they have a moment where they think, hey, you know what? I had a thought that I might want to stab somebody. That must mean that 100% they're completely compromised morally, that they are a monster. And the reality is nobody is perfectly good or perfectly evil. There are shades of gray that exist everywhere in something like harm OCD. Toss out another one, HOCD. People believe this cognitive distortion, which says, I need to be 100% straight. I need to be certain that I'm 100% straight. And if I can't get that, then I feel like I'm 100% gay. There's no in between. Okay, well, I did extensive videos on all the studies that have been done on sexual orientation, of the continuum of sexual preference, and the reality that most people, as much as it might trigger you to say it, are somewhere on a continuum. Straight people are mostly straight. That doesn't mean that the sight of, someone of the same sex naked is supposed to make you feel disgusted. It just doesn't work that way. In fact, most straight people are somewhat curious about seeing other people naked. I often use the example of like a urologist who, has to look at guys' penises all day long. what people with HOCD often think is like they have to see that has to be disgusting. It has to be disgusting. The sight of a penis has to make me feel disgusted. If it doesn't, if it even seems just if it seems like there's any hint of me actually enjoying it, or even if I'm just completely neutral to it, that must mean now I'm 100% gay. I'm 100% gay, and I need to prove to myself 100%. Hey, maybe you like the way a dick looks. I don't know. Maybe you're one of those people that enjoys being romantically with someone of the opposite sex, but every now and again wants to have sex with someone of the same sex. What does that mean? Does that mean you're bisexual somewhere? I don't know. I don't know. And we can go on. POCD. This is like the sort of forbidden OCD that people are afraid to talk about because it seems so difficult to consider the possibility. But again, it is just human nature that as an adult you can look at someone who's a kid and tell if they're physically attractive. Doesn't mean you want to be with them physically. It doesn't mean that you no longer are interested in adults. Like I can remember, and this sounds kind of creepy, but it's true. Guy friends, when we're together, if we see someone who's underage that you can tell is attractive, that has certain physical qualities, you hear people say stuff like, she's going to be hot when she grows up. Okay, and that's a creepy thing to say, but the fact is we can tell that. We can tell that. And then also with the POCD thing, there's this fine line that says, when that person is 17 years old in 364 days, you're a pedophile if you're physically attracted to them. But that very next minute that officially makes them 18, now you're good. You're not a pedophile anymore. Okay, so the point about black and white thinking is spotting it, being able to question it. It doesn't matter all that stuff I just said. That's not intended to try to give you some knowledge. You don't need that knowledge. What would be important is for you to be able to say, okay, look, I'm doing this thing again. I'm doing this thing where I'm demanding that it's 100% one way or the other. And then just suggesting to yourself, hey, maybe there's some gray area. Maybe this is all OCD. Maybe it's OCD and some gray area. Maybe my OCD is feeding on that very tiny gray area. Maybe it's not OCD at all. Maybe not. But I'm engaging in black and white thinking. And I'm going to make the choice to just say, maybe it's something in the middle. Maybe I can't ever know. And then that's it. Boom. End it. End it. End any of the rituals about analyzing, figuring out, demanding feelings be different, looking around the corner, comparing how you feel to how you felt yesterday or a year or 10 years ago. Just exist in that moment. Recognize that you are engaging in this cognitive distorted way of thinking where you're saying that it has to be all or nothing. It doesn't work that way. And so when you're demanding that kind of thing, that is fueling your OCD. If you are demanding something that literally doesn't exist that way, there's nothing you can do about it. You're not going to figure it out. And so, yeah, just something to be aware of. You can go look up plenty more about all or nothing or black and white thinking and try to pinpoint how you use it. I can almost guarantee that most of you are using some form of black and white thinking. And it's really keeping your OCD alive. So yeah, just pinpointing it, recognizing that might be what you're doing. And then again, leaving the question mark there and saying, hey, look, I don't need to waste 1 second more entertaining the question. Take whatever discomfort you have and allow it to be there. Allow everything to come in exactly as it's going to be anyway. and don't try to do anything to get rid of it. Okay. Hey guys, shoot me an email if you have any questions. OCDmindful@gmail.com. Leave comments here if you want. It's been good to see some engaging, some dialogue between people questioning different types of treatment and what might work best. I think that stuff's important. It's really become more and more obvious to me that the OCD community, the experts in the OCD community, don't challenge ideas enough. And so a lot of us are stuck kind of going, well, what's the research say on this? Or is this idea working better for people with OCD, or is it making them worse? And it could just be that there's a bunch of ideas that are helpful for OCD. What I would like is to find the best ones, the ones that give you some freedom quicker, and without, if it's possible, to not experience as much pain as possible. So getting as much freedom, eliminating as much suffering. And all right, y'all. Thanks. Talk to you next time.